Back with Bobby JD Radio. If you're just joining us, Bobby and I have been learning all about Sol Schartz Associates, the one-stop shop accounting firm here in the San Antonio metro area. Up next, we'll be speaking with Shai Frietze, another shareholder of Sol Schartz. Shai has been practicing accounting for over 20 years. Joined Sol Schartz in 2012. Provides tax planning, consulting, and compliance services to individuals and business clients. She has spent most of her career assisting businesses with reducing their overall effective tax rate and improving department processes. She earned her BBA in accounting from McMurray University in Abilene, Texas. Ooh, sorry about that. And has earned her Chartered Global Management Account designation through the American Institute of CPAs, or Certified Public Accountants. How are you doing today, Shai?
I'm doing all right.
Thank you for being with us on this Sunday morning. So let's go into what a lot of our listeners may or may not know. What is international business in the CPA world? What does it consist of? What is the outbound version of it?
Well, outbound for us is individuals that have bank accounts or investments in other parts of the world, and also businesses that are exporting or have subsidiaries or companies in other parts of the world where they're doing business.
So any kind of foreign investments outside of the United States,
right,
for the most part.
Right.
Can you tell us how the IRS finds out if you've not been reporting your foreign bank account?
Foreign bank accounts are a big deal, and right now there's a whole new set of rules where they're basically getting that information from foreign bank accounts all around the world, and most of them are complying, so they're getting the information directly from the foreign banks. And so
when did the U.S. start to do this and start to go outside and ask these other countries to open up their books?
They started asking in 2010. A lot of those rules have kicked in more, as the years go by. So right. It's pretty much fully implemented.
So before
now.
2010, it wasn't a big deal for me to have like an investment or a bank in France.
Because you still have your bank account in Mexico, right, JJ?
I do. No, I don't.
Well, you were still supposed to report it. The reporting rules were the same, but the exchange of information is what's really kicked in now.
It's changing.
Yeah.
I got
so there's still a few countries that don't report, right?
There are a few, but most of them are.
Can you give me a list of the ones that don't report?
Not off the top of my head,
no. Bobby wants those for the wrong reasons.
But I'll get them for you and send them to you, so you know where to put your money.
There. So why is it so important for someone to properly plan these foreign investments with you and Sol Schartz?
Well, the planning is important, one, because your overall tax rate can get crazy, but also it's important to plan for the reporting of them, because there's criminal penalties.
Always want to avoid those.
Yeah, criminal, and they're monetarily they're not nice, because if you fail to report those accounts, it's a percentage of the account. So what
could that percentage be if you don't actually tell Uncle Sam?
The criminal penalty can be up to 50% of the account for a number of years. If it's not criminal, if you just fail to report and it wasn't intentional, then it's usually it can be up to $10,000.
Sure. If you're just joining us, we're speaking with Shai Frietze. She is a shareholder at Sol Schartz Associates, which is a powerhouse one-stop shop CPA firm here in the San Antonio metro area. Again, this firm, you can get some more information about them at ssacpa.com. Back to you, Shai. So why don't people want to report their foreign bank accounts?
Well, there's a lot of reasons. Sometimes it's just that they don't know they were supposed to. It was a little bitty account that they inherited.
Oh, they
know.
Sometimes they don't. Some people, inherited from their grandmother that lived in the UK, and they didn't know they were supposed to report that account. Sometimes it's a privacy concern. We see a lot of people from countries like Mexico where security is a big issue, and they don't want to report the balance of the account,
right,
that they have in Mexico, and so they don't want that information out there, where that account is and how much money was in it.
Where I'm thinking about our French client, that doesn't she have some kind of like chateau property, and I'm gonna have her go with Sol Schartz now, because I'm scared for her. I'm terrified for her. Right?
She probably has a bank account for when she travels over there.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's that they don't want to report the income on the account. A lot of those Swiss bank accounts made a lot of money, and people didn't want to report the income. That was the whole reason they moved them over there.
So why is this government so concerned about all this?
They want the taxes.
Yeah, because they're tired of not getting our foreign, the money staying over there untaxed in the U.S. side, for the most part.
So how can you guys help clients properly get caught up on reporting?
It takes, right now we're having to go back and figure out exactly what people didn't report. So if there were income taxes that weren't paid, then we have to go back and file a few years of back tax returns, and we also have to go back and file the FBARs for 6 years to get people caught up. So
what are FBARs?
the foreign bank account reporting form. So.
Yeah, no idea. All this stuff is way above my pay grade, obviously. So if anyone's listening, especially my past client, I'm going to get them all to Sol Schartz, because it seems like you guys cover a tremendous amount of aspects of the tax world and business world.
Well, and a lot of those we work with their attorney, because some of that with there's a lot of disclosures that have to be done, and so depending on how big the accounts were, and there's some voluntary disclosure programs that they can get into, and so determining which program they can, they qualify for and fit into, and how low we can get those penalties. There's different ones for if they haven't been living in the country, or if they live in the country, they're, a resident alien versus a citizen. So there's a whole different set of rules for which,
and you guys walk them through the entire process.
Yeah, we help them with that.
That's great. So again, and more information about Sol Schartz and Associates, you go to ssacpa.com. Again, that's ssacpa.com. They work with foreign outbound, foreign inbound. They work with medical industry professionals. They work with any kind of businesses here in the San Antonio metro area, entrepreneurs as well. Call them at 210-384-8000. Again, that's 210-384-8000. We'll be right back. This is Bobby and JJ Radio.